Yo, what's going on with it? What are my people? Happy Saturday to everybody up out there, man. Y'all are now tuned in to Sports with Trek and Chubby, man. Thanks for coming and kicking with me. Hope y'all enjoy today's content, man. But before we get into today's content, man, I must go ahead and I must show the copyright disclaimer on the film. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act. Let me get that. All right, we got that on there because we're gonna show some film today and a little bit of things that I learned about the film, y'all. And I just wanted to let y'all know that if you do pre-record the film and you go ahead and you go make your own edits and you pull out their graphics of the game, cover up whatever you need to do. I just wanted to let y'all know that there's kind of a loophole, but you must get ready to show your little copyright disclaimer, so forth and so on. But and their commentators, their voices, their commentators, their analysts, their scoreboard, any graphics that may be shown, okay, will make it their film. But we're allowed to go ahead and break it down and use it for educational purposes for the audience. And I think this is just great practice for me, for me and for other people. You know what I mean? The only way I'm going to learn is to go ahead and do this. Now, some people might say, well, if you're a little rusty on it, why put it out? Well, because I want y'all to see the process of this. Because if I can get out here and I can do this, then so can y'all. Maybe I'm motivating somebody else to try to do this too. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody's perfect, man. We all grow and we're going to get better at this. Now, I will, you know, eventually grow into being a better film breakdown guy. You know what I mean? I will do that. But y'all will see me climb that ladder and continue to build and break it down and to learn certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because look, man, you can't never have too much information. You know what I'm saying? So many people have said it before, but say it again. If you want to hide anything from black folks, you just put it in the book, man. Because a lot of us we don't like to read and study, man. But look, everybody out there playing, and shout out to everybody out there playing NCAA 25. You know, I bought it for my sons, and they having a ball with that. But me, I got to continue to work. Even on my day off, I got to come in here and I got to work in the lab. And that's what I'm out here doing. So I hope that y'all enjoy some of this content, man, that I'm bringing to y'all. And we're going to get right up into the film. Y'all really don't need to see me. This is Texas versus Baylor. And y'all know I'm big on Baylor this year, man, because of the simple fact of DeQuan Finn, man. Um, DeQuan Finn, when I seen that MAC championship game, it changed me, man. It really did because when I seen him and Curtis Ryuk go head to head, man, it was a good game. And Curtis Ryuk is over at Indiana right now under Kurt Segnetti that came over from James Madison. And he's down and DeQuan Finn is down there now at Baylor with Dave Aranda. And I'm like, look, they both went to some good coaches, both of those quarterbacks that was in the MAC championship and they're good quarterbacks. I think that they make fair in the Power Five, which is now in the Power Four, but I think they might fare. You know, I don't know if there will be a standout quarterback, but look, I don't want to get my hopes up too high on DeQuan Finn, but I am a fan nonetheless because I mean, anytime that you're a two-time All Conference player, leading player, and you rush for over 500 yards, and he can spin it and I'm not saying that Toledo didn't have the receivers that they had, but he did practice against Quinyon Mitchell. That went to the Philadelphia Eagles, the corner that everybody was like, wow, Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback pulled, first defensive player pulled off the board. I'm sorry, first cornerback, excuse me. And yeah, he coming out of Toledo. And this is the quarterback for Toledo. They had Penny Boone up there. They had some talent up there in Toledo. They know how to develop talent. One thing that Toledo know how to do is develop talent in football, if nothing else. They have a very good sports program over there in Eastern Ohio in Toledo, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's really not that far from when you're thinking of Western Pennsylvania. It's really not that far. When you get to thinking about cities like Pittsburgh and Erie, Pennsylvania, that's not that far at all. All right. But look, I'm gonna get this film playing, man. Enough of me babbling on, man. Shout out to everybody out there watching, man. Before we get into it, man, whether you believe or not, man, I just want to send prayers out to the South Coast King, man. Any and everybody that's watching this, please send your prayers out, get good thoughts, good vibes, and all that before we get going up out here, man. All right. So let's get up into this film. And of course, I had to put the best team. This is kickoff, and I had to put the best team up here. So I'm gonna be practicing some of my recognizing the formations they're in. They're in pro style offense there, brought the receiver tight end in motion, got to the receiver. That's decent yard gain, decent gain right there. So they got two tight ends right now. So I would say they in 12. Looked like they was in more of that. They had the whole box loaded. They had the whole box loaded. See, one, two. So they got their 5 down linemen right here. And this would right now, ladies and gentlemen, would be considered 13 personnel, right? Um, this is 13 personnel. They had the one receiver over there. They got 3 tight ends. One, two, 3 tight ends, one back. You know what I mean? 13 personnel right there in that look. They at first, the first play, Texas was in a 4-3 base. Right now it looks like they're in like it looks like they're in the 3-4, but they're disguising it. Um, it could be a 4, it could be 4-3, and they just shift to the right. This defensive end, defensive tackle, and he's lining up right here as the 3. It could be that, and they just shift over to the right to try to load, but Baylor's definitely loaded up, looking like they're about to run. So, and he's calling it. That middle linebacker right there is calling it. In this particular formation right here, everybody, one of these guys should be getting covered. Um, so you would want to say, one of these two guys can be the most dangerous defender to the offense. Now I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know which one of that be. That looks like that's number 28 right here, and that's number 41. Let me know down in the comments. Be a little interactive with this. But we did see the one tight end out. I mean, the one receiver out here wide left of the formation. You see 3 tight ends, one running back. That's 13 personnel right there. They are heavy. And he just comes free. Just comes free. Horrible block by the tight end, by the way. 3 down, 3-4, sack. And they did that a lot. And that's what made Texas so good. They were able to get to the quarterback with 3 down, 4 down linemen all the time. And that's what made them so good. And he just went right between those guys because those guards are looking for those linebackers. And that play didn't develop as soon as it was. You seen they jumped off the line. It looked like it was a screen busted play. That looked like that was a false start right there. I mean, I don't know, I'm no genius or anything. Oh yeah, it was. Hey, so man, now I suppose I could probably play some tunes or something in the background while I'm going through this or something. I'll probably play a little beat or two for y'all. Let me get a beat playing or something so we ain't just listening to just off music. All right. So I'll get vibes going and then I'll try to turn it down for y'all. See if I can get it down. Get a little bit of have a little background music or something going while we listening to this. While we watching the film, so it just ain't me just going through it or whatever. That's all. Leave the background out. So yeah, right now, so they sitting there like I didn't see the formation quick enough, but that was a great play. Oh my goodness, great play by that corner. Great play. That was an awesome play by that corner. Did you see him get to that? Did you see him get there? Like that was crazy. So right now they still, of course, they run a pro style. This is still 11 personnel right here, right? Because one tight end, you're seeing one tight end right here, 0. Jatavion Sanders, is that how you pronounce his name? And then you got one running back, you got 3 receivers. He bringing that receiver in motion, right? And I think, and for people who really don't know this, they always bring somebody in motion to help the quarterback recognize what the defense is sitting in. Most of the time, if you see a guy going motion and someone on the defense follows that person on the offense, they're sitting in a man defense. That's his man, so he's going to follow him wherever he goes. If no one follows the guy on the offense in motion off the defense, if no one off the defense follows the guy that's on the offense that's going in motion, then they're probably sitting in a zone. Okay, that doesn't now sometimes offenses defenses disguise it and they just switch up. They just communicate, and he'll sit here and he'll let him know. So that's not all the case, but some of the times in some defenses, it does help them realize between if a defense is sitting in the zone or a man. Okay, so we'll just say that. Now they sitting in the zone. Boom, that's his zone. Flats and back. He came up. He recognized that good. That's what film play. Great plays like that is with film. They're still sitting in. They still have the same personnel out there on the field. They don't seem to have changed that yet. And they're sitting right now. It looks like they're in the base right now. 4 down. 1, 2, 4, 3 base. I'm sorry. 4, 3 linebackers. 1 corner here, 1 corner here. 2 safeties up high. Bringing that motion. Want to see what they sitting in. See what they do with this play. Texas. They run the ball and they get there. And see, I like that number. See, oh yeah, that was like an all-out blitz. They were all ready for that. They were ready for that. Good play by the tight end, Sanders. That was a great play. He's a good athletic guy. He's in the league now. But yeah, they would look like they went an all-out blitz right there. That's the tight end. Decent blocking. Couldn't hold him. That's okay though. I want to pay attention to some players. This player right here on Baylor is Matt Jones. Y'all heard me talk about him before. For those who follow me a little bit, I talked about him. I was on a Coach Hayes show. I talked about him a few times on my show. He is a 7th-year senior, and he's pretty much a pro, and he's been in Dave Aranda system since I believe 2022 or before. You can fact check me if you want, but I know he's been in there at least since 2022. And the guy can ball. The guy can straight up just ball. Now, in this play right here, in this formation right here, see, this would be confusing because some people might confuse this wide receiver right here to be as a tight end. Well, the tight end is sitting over here. So they're still sitting in the same personnel they use, but they're just playing with the formations, meaning that they can bring the bunch or they can bring them in tight. This is a tight formation right here. And that's the reason why for most people, and I'm not, is because the tight ends are a little bit closer to the offensive lineman or the tight end. And I just want to see what Matt Jones does. I just wanted to explain that really quick. See, this is Matt Jones over here. He plays. That guy just knows what he's doing, man. He's just around the ball a little bit slower. But look, Baylor, if one thing Baylor did, they look okay. They don't look too bad right now. And I'm looking for the flaws that's in the game. They're getting picked up one-on-one blocks. Should have been a sack right there. Way to pick up with them hogs right there from Texas. Tackle for loss right there. And see, and when you're doing that versus, those teams like that, man, Texas was in the college football playoff last year, man. They're good. And this is why I wanted to show that Baylor film, man, because they retained a lot of these guys. You know what I mean? They retained a lot. This should have been a sack right here. This play should have been a sack. They most definitely retained a lot of these guys, man, which is scary. Like, now, see, look at that, which is good for them. Look how they bust up in there. Linebackers coming up filling. What did I tell you about Matt Jones? There he is. There he is. Great run stop and run linebacker right there. He should be the captain on the defense without a doubt. That's what I'm assuming. He hit that ball. That was a touchback, or did he stop it on the 1? Okay. They did that well. Good run. They picked up their blocks. Now we seen Baylor go with 13 personnel. And it looks like they're still sitting in that, but I think that's a wide receiver over there. I can't see from the line, but it looks like he's standing up. Got a couple receivers, and they're just playing with the formation, like how I said, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got your receivers Okay, sitting as an H back. That's the tight end. I'm assuming. Um, and you got your guys. So they're playing with the formations right now, and they doing a good job at it. You know, the offensive coordinator is doing a very good job. Now, like I said, we got to keep in mind that this is a Texas team who was in a college football playoff. I'll probably be one of my second time saying that. Good blocking. They try to run up there. Couldn't get that good stuff by Texas right there. Bunch up formation. Hit the receiver. Right receiver screen. Quick bubble. Got him out there. Good play. Running with the fullback right now. So when you run with a fullback, right, you're probably sitting in a 20-something personnel, right? So they had the fullback in there. So that he counts as a running back at this point. So there's two backs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down linemen. If I'm counting right. So he has the ball. There is a guard here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 right there. Okay. So they're in 21, it looks like right now. 21 personnel. All right. And then the defense, like I said, they're sitting in, it looks like they're playing a 3-4-4-3 is what the Texans look like they like to play, because this defense in here, defense in there, 2 defensive tackles, 3 linebackers, and he's just sitting in the base, and they're playing them like that because of these guys. The trenches were so good, so it eases up the whole other side of the backfield. The linebackers and the corners and the safeties makes life so much easier for those guys when you have guys in the trenches like these guys that Texas have. See what they do here on this particular play. It came with the fullback, didn't work, stuffed it. I told you, man. Texas was just a problem, man. Texas is just so good, and that's exactly what you want out of your defensive tackle. Sometimes you don't, even though this guy made the play, right? This guy here made the play. Look at the help he has from his other defensive lineman. And as you can see, this guy here is going for the linebacker. He got a defensive end coming off. And he wants to get that linebacker just in case the running back gets to the second level. Fullback, he should be hitting the front. Technically, his assignment is the lead block. I'm guessing up here to attack this linebacker, but as you can see, this lineman, so he probably should be getting this guy. But the first guy he sees break through here, that fullback should be all over him. And maybe he didn't see it, because as you can see, his head is looking this way. But just wanted to explain to y'all, I guess sidetracked a little bit, work with me, of how when on the defensive line, you see guys that pick up and they just, run with their guys. And sometimes you want to see that. And you got to be able to fight through it as a 3 technique. And he's a damn good one, because watch how he busts through that line. And he gets in that backfield, causes that havoc, makes the play back there. But everybody else did their assignments. The offensive line from Baylor not looking too bad against these pros, man. Against these pro offensive linemen. See that play right there, and I want to show that play. He held the ball pretty dang on long. He should have skated a little bit. I thought he should have skated. Honestly, that quarterback should have got up out of there in that situation, man. Yeah, he should have got up out there. He got 2 wide receivers out here to the right of the screen. Nice little pocket step up, takeoff. It's not there. That play right there, DeQuan Finn's out. He's out. Yeah, bad pass there. They got better. I think they got better at quarterback. Well, I know they got better at quarterback. And I know this game didn't pretty and Texas blew them out. But look, this is almost more halfway through the first quarter, and Texas, this is their first, I would say, second decent play for over 10 yards on Baylor. Hold. They got away with a hold there, in my opinion. I don't know. Touchdown. Good run. Way to take off. He coming. He got him down, and this guy, look at that. Yeah, he just took off. Good run. Good run right there. Stuff and nothing for Texas. And I mean, they look, they're showing y'all a little bit too as I'm going through this. So they're showing y'all some of the key blocks and everything. And I kind of like that because as I like I said, I'm learning too as time goes on. And they're sitting it. So this is I'm guessing this is a tight end. Boy, they like two tights. They like and they're doing that to try to slow this defensive line down, man. This defensive line was killer. And right now you looking at five guys rushing right now. They're giving that look, not to say that they will, but that will hold, and he's under center right now. You know what I mean? So that definitely will make the offense think twice of what's going on. So he may think it's just to confuse him because honestly, let's just say hypothetically that this tight end right here was to run a quick out or a slant. Um, the quarterback may see that, and there's another tight end here sitting right here, and he may see him, go out for a quick slant or a quick out. He see this guy looking like he wants to blitz. Oh, that may be there because if he comes, then he's free, right? But he could be disguising it too. So let's see what they do. So they send everybody on a run, and it works. It stopped. They sent all five. No block. Horrible play from that offensive line right there. Horrible play, but and they had enough blockers in there too. They got to get better there. Great catch. Great catch. Great catch. See, they look at that play again. Look, they just came in there and stuffed that, man. Murphy and that defensive line from Texas was a problem last year, man. Straight up problem. Wow. So now they going to spread them out right now. They went back to 11 personnel, spreading those guys out per style. And they said, and with the same look, same four down guys. Like I said, the 4-3, that same base offense they get in. Well, no, I'm sorry, they could be in the nickel. I'm sorry, they could be in the nickel defense too. Some of these plays, if one of these outside linebackers is a cornerback, and most likely, I'm guessing that is a corner right here. So we'll stay there in the nickel defense because these two linebackers here, four down linemen. Excuse me. I just clapped myself. So, like I said, I'm learning, and that's the nickel defense is when you have. I believe they call it the nickels because you have five defensive backs on the field. You got one cornerback here. You got one cornerback here, which takes that slot guy right here, another cornerback here, and a safety and a safety. So they're all defensive backs, in the scheme of things, right? So five defensive backs is a nickel, and I believe that's why I don't know if that's why they call it or not. So, y'all get down in the comments and y'all let Truck and Chubby know what it is. But yeah, he go ahead and he drop back and good throw, decent pocket, good catch from that receiver, man. Great catch. I don't think they got that guy. I don't know if they got Jackson this year. I know I looked at the roster, but good catch. And a good look at the good throw, good catch and everything. So now they went back to let's say they got the one. They're still back in the same formation, same personnel. Okay. See, because that tight end right here is coming in motion. I don't know where he's going to sit, but they've been most likely when we seen this out of Texas so far, them five guys down on that line, they coming. So we'll see what they do right here. They bringing that pressure. That seems to slow Baylor's offense down. Oh wow. Oh wow. Good coverage downfield. That play wasn't there for them. Comes out. Another play. Got back there again. Oh wow. Lot of bumping. A lot of bumping downfield. You can't do that. We almost out of the first quarter, man. Oh yeah, that was pass interference. Almost out of the first quarter, and it's 7-0. Baylor's down by a touchdown. They battling. They're a Big 12 team. All right. Was that a false start? Oh, they called a timeout. Okay. See what personnel they're sitting in. So, gotta explain this again. Okay. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got 5 guys right here. That's a lineman. They got 2 tight ends right here. 2 tight ends. A running back. 2 receivers. So they have 12 right now. In the 12 personnel look right now. And it looks like they're in the same thing. They could, like I said, they could be in the nickel or they could be in the base, 4-3 base. So we see what they do up out of here. Out of this 12 personnel look. All that time right there. See, that's another play where that quarterback that has the speed, the Finn, is going to take off and he's going to eat up a defense act. He rushed for over 500 yards past 3 seasons. He's going to take off. You give him that much time and ain't nothing there, he's going to take off and he's going to kill teams doing that. I just hope that he stay healthy. If he stays healthy, yeah, Baylor's going to give some teams some problems. So now they only got the 1 tight end on the field right now, as you can see. 1 tight end, 1 running back. What's that? That's 11, right? All right. 3 receivers. So let's go ahead and let's run it. It's there. It's there. Good run. Good run, quarterback. Good run. You had a lot of those. He had a lot of those. Good blocking. And that offensive line ain't bad. I mean, they're getting a lot of those guys back. Remember, this is a pro defense. A run up the gut. I would definitely say this is a close to a professional defensive lineman anyway. Straight up quarterback draw. 2nd and goal. Their goal line defense look like it's about to stand up for Texas so far. So they bringing guys in. So let's see what they got. The look they got here, it looks like he about to set up on the line, but they brought in an extra lineman right there as a tight end. He's eligible. I'm guessing that's what they would say. You got 3 guys here. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 guys on the line. So that's a big goal line package right there. One of those guys, that's what you call 13 right there. Good fake. Good coverage. He has nothing. He had nothing on that play. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. There was holding on the offense on that play. We'll see what. I didn't really see that, but stalled they drive out, so you got to score. But I mean, all considering, like I said, how good Texas was last year, not bad of a drive. Texas, oh my goodness. He muffed it. Usually that's how these teams. Okay, so let's see what Texas come on there. Dang, they come out bunched up. Wow. Power running the ball. They said we running. Gave it away. Good play. Texas look like they got a little bit of momentum right now. Going in. And they should be looking like that right now. This is Texas. That defensive line and not Matt. There's Matt Jones again. There's Matt Jones again on the play. A linebacker I've been telling y'all about, Baylor. I'm guessing he's on that play too. There he is again. That guy, man, I'm telling you, that kid, man, there he is. Yeah, man, that guy's a problem. Not even a kid. Good bat by the defensive lineman. Way to get in there and penetrate that. So they've been coming out in the same look, man. They haven't changed their personnel at all, really. They just play with the formations a lot, and that's good. That's good. That's good that Texas did. I come out in the pro style, and they just play with the formations. They really utilize the formations a lot according to the defense and what the defense is giving them. And they up in there at the beginning of the second quarter. You still seeing these guys hanging there with a team like Texas, man, and that's pretty good. Oh wow, he was wide open. Good blocking from the O line. They finally got it, and that's wow. Good read, man. Great read. It was there. It was there. So they come out. Yep, they had the 4-3 base for sure. The defense is for Texas. Oh man, cut back. Cut back. Cut that back. TFL for no reason. Gotta bring that back, man. Should have cut that back up. Got upfield faster to play. Oh wow, he slipped. Let's see what the oh 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 what happened? Was that a false start? What was that? Yeah, it was. Wow. 79 on the offense. It was a false start. So we got things going. So you see what they got going, right? They doing a lot of that. I think it was there. I think it was there a lot of the times, but it look it's 4th and 8 right now. 4th and 18. I'm sorry. It wasn't there. They punted it off, punt the ball off. Let's see what he does. Does he get busy? Does he get busy? Oh, okay. All right. All right. See what he do. Oh, they can't. Oh, they had empty backfield on that play. They had an empty backfield, ladies and gentlemen. So empty there. They empty there. And when you empty, I guess you could say that and personnel wise is just zero because there's not that he was lined up as a wide receiver. He wasn't considered a tight end on that play, even though he would have been 85, I'm guessing, but he's not close in. So they're like I said, they're playing with the formations. They went empty backfield, zero purse. See what they do here. He come in free, get a sack, bam, good play. They can't go empty. I don't know why they probably wanted to spread them out. They said, you know what, we got more speed than Baylor does on defense, so let's just spread these guys out. And look, they're starting to get the momentum. Bring Sanders back in. Ooh, almost made that play. He is a very athletic tight end, man. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him, man. He is a very athletic tight end. I wonder if that's going to translate over to the NFL. Looks like he's a good blocker too, man. Good blocker too. I don't know where that guy is at, Matt Jones. I don't know if he got hurt or not. I didn't see him at linebacker on that play. Not this play neither. Baylor's in there, man. They good. They look like they putting up a good fight with Texas right now, man. I don't know. I mean, what y'all tell me? Y'all get down in the comments. Y'all let me know what's going on with this game, man. Ooh, that should have been a pick. You read that a whole way. That should have been a pick. That should have been Pick City, and it looked like they turning up a little bit. They coming to blitz. What he going? First. And more. Ooh. Ewers would do that to you. Ooh. Good run by Quentin Ewers. You seen that? They've been coming out. They emptying out the backfield on these guys, and they spreading them out. You know, that's what I'm figuring. They spreading them out. Ewers just seated. Look at that. I'll run. Go down the sideline and taking it to the house. Yeah. Good play by Quentin Ewers, man. Way to recognize that. And I'm probably not going to play the whole film, but I just wanted to take a nice little glimpse and a little look at what Baylor was able to do versus them. You know what I mean? You know, if it's starting to become a blowout, but I want to, but I think you could learn a lot from those kind of games. You know, even in a blowout, you still can learn a lot. He was wide open. Oh my goodness, he ain't getting no help from his receivers. That's just horrible. I don't know what they got at running back, but I think that guy might be coming back. I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he could be coming back. Good way to hit the hole and get downfield. Way to stuff that run. Way to stuff that run. He's coming from the safety position, making that play too. See that? Good play. But that offensive line, them hogs, they look like they eating, man. I don't know. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think about Baylor's offensive line so far that y'all have seen. Oh, you got to make plays like that. You got to make that play. You got to make that play. That's that speedster. That's that guy. That Worthy right there. If you're Worthy, the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, here he is again. Oh, he was open. Sanders. Oh. Oh. Now, you know, when you see a good team such as Texas doing plays like that against opponent such as Baylor, you know, some people might say, oh, they're getting busy. Oh, that was a good run, good block. Oh, he might be hurt. He might have been hurt. I don't know. It looks like Matt Jones was hurt on that play because there's Jones right here. And but the next play after that. But when you see Baylor, when you see Tap them do plays like that, obviously Baylor is playing a good game. You know, you could call it fancy if you want to, but you know, I don't think a lot of people are just overlooking this team, man, and I have no idea why. I just don't know why. Maybe because it's their record and their history of the head coach, and they're struggling for so many years. I think it's about time that they have a breakout season this year. So see on this play here, he hobbles. He jumps. Yeah, you seen that? I don't know. Maybe he was jumping over somebody or something, but like they playing good. They playing a decent game. He supposed to get there. You got to be faster than that, my guy. You got to be faster than that. You see that? Everybody got things to work on, but yeah, I still think he's a good linebacker. He's 21-3. They're giving it to him at this point. Like I said, this is for educational purposes. You know, that we're checking out this film right now to see what's going on. You know, calling out formation and so forth and so on. So we seen with Baylor a lot of 21, 22 personnel kind of looks. You know what I mean? So you can see the offensive line here. They got double tights. You know, that's 12 personnel right there, right? One running back, two tight ends, two receivers. You've seen that a lot with Baylor. Now, I don't know if he'll run it this year, but I'm seeing that a lot. And that could just be because of these, like I said, these all-pro defensive line that Texas has. They were very hard to block. And then you're seeing them switch their formations. I think this is that's where Baylor is more successful at, if you ask me, to play against Texas. That's where they had the best chance. Quarterback got to turn on them Jets. Got to turn on them Jets, QB. Good blocking, good catch. Good play. Good play. So, like I said, at that last play, they were lined up with three receivers out there, I believe. So, you know, they narrowed down. There came out in 11. We've seen a lot of different personnel with Baylor. Because at this point, they're down so much. You know, they want to see what's going on and what's working versus Texas right now. So we got them, you know, we got the two tight ends again on the field, one running back. Seeing that 12. Play action. Good blocking. It's nothing there. You got to take off sooner, man. If you don't got that first look on those great teams like that, man, if you ain't got those, I mean, he's scanning the field. They holding up versus him. They got to bring extra pressure to get to him. So far, the play. Decent yardage. I will punt it. He going for it. See this guy that they circle him for a reason. No, that defensive line was too good for that. They didn't know that last year though, but they crashed down. That Murphy, Big Murph, Big Berth, Perf, getting up in there. No, that wasn't him. It actually wasn't. It wasn't. Okay, that's where you make that big buck, them big bucks at. They seem to be getting back there. Good play. On the coverage on the tight end, good coverage. Okay, good coverage. But like I said, I want to pay attention to everybody what's going on. But like as you can see, the middle linebacker here, that was a bad play, Matt Jones. You got to get better at that. And see, that's why he came back. See, should have read that. He jumped on the line. He's reading run first and getting at him. So he's a good run stopper so far. What I've seen, as you can see, he just was on that play, run stopping a run. It's a good run stopper. Don't look like a good coverage guy, but definitely stopping the run for sure. Um, now this personnel, as you can see, they have Texas comes out with three wide receivers right there. You can see there's six guys on the line. There's the tight end right here, one tight end, one running back. Like I said, pro style, 11 personnel, and they just play with the formations a lot. This is what Texas is doing. They're really not switching too much up with them, because it seems to be working. But they did go empty. We seen them go empty a couple of times. Good pressure, good, good catch by the running back because the quarterback just kind of threw up a duck for that screen. And the pressure came, he just kind of just threw it up there, like get to the spot. Like, he threw it right. Okay, he got to throw it where he needed to be, but that was a dangerous screen pass. So you ask me, that's what that was. One-on-one worthy. Ooh, got to get that head turned around. Got to get that head turned around. I know you see that a lot, right? But so yeah, I mean, we went through half of the film. I mean, we went through about 20 minutes of this game right now. At this point, we see. I don't know if Texas is going to score or not, but we'll see what they come out at. Okay, so now we see them come out in that big goal line. 2-3 personnel, 22, 23 personnel right there. Big boys, we putting everybody up on the line. See what I'm saying? See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He got 8 guys on the line. But see, as you can see, there's tight end here, tight end here, tight end here. 3 tights, 2 backs, 23 guys. That's 23 personnel they up in right now. Big boys up in there. Punched it up in there. Got the big hogs out there blocking. Come plug the hole up a little bit. Just short yardage situation there. Good run. They go up another touchdown. They getting busy right now. I mean, look. I mean, and it's not that the half. It ain't halftime yet. But I want to get one more offensive series in with Baylor. And then because we have seen so far, this Baylor offensive line play pretty decent, man, against a very good, like I said, they had a all pro, we can definitely say all American type of defensive line that Texas had last year. We can say that, and then the least, right? Doing pretty good, man. Even though they got somebody backups in, but he should have been doing that a lot more, opening up things, in the beginning of the game, if you ask me, when it wasn't there. See, we're going to see that different with the Quanfin. Now they opening up 4 receivers, 1 back. That's 10 personnel. We seen some bad throws from the quarterback from Baylor, some drop passes that should have been there. And those kind of things can hurt a team, man. You know what I mean? So look, man, we checked out, half of the game right there. I think we've seen enough video evidence, y'all, to be honest, to know, exactly what kind of Baylor team you're getting out of. Now, you could have took that bad and you could have took that very bad and said, you know what, Baylor, they got smacked, and they did get smacked. They got beat very, very bad. The final score of the game was a 38-6. But Baylor could have scored a couple of different times in that game. You know what I mean? Like, and it just didn't, man. It just didn't. They couldn't punch it in at all on them, man. And they just held out on them. Texas did very good. Like I said, you seen some very good passes from Baylor. If it was a good pass, it was the Baylor receivers were dropping passes. Quarterback was throwing bad passes. It is what it is. That's what we saw so far in the film. And you could rewind it, pause it, play it. however you wish to do so. But I was using this opportunity to kind of show some of the casuals out there, casual football fans, what the different personnel looks like. And look, the good thing about this video is you can always go back and you can replay it, and then you can look at the positions you want to look at and take out from this game. But I'm trying to watch multiple things going on. I'm looking at the defensive formations, trying to identify where the mic was at in certain formations, which is the most dangerous defender on the defense to the offense. Okay. It's not all the time just the middle linebacker. Okay. Um, and recognizing the personnel sets that they were coming out in, where they were powerful in, and what they were kind of do. We seen Texas get to the point where they had to open up Baylor. They had to go empty to open Baylor up. Baylor, what we've seen so far in the Baylor strength, and from my perspective, right now, you can pick up on something. And I encourage you to get down in the comments and say, "Trekking, I also seen such and so forth and so forth." But what I seen was from Baylor, they look like a very good team to stop the run. Like if you think that you're just gonna go in Baylor and just run the ball all over them, you might be in for a rude awakening. Um, because like I said, he's one more year in a college, 7th-year senior, and that middle linebacker guy. They got most of their guys coming back. Not They didn't lose too many of their guys. Okay, they just didn't lose too many of them. It brought back enough of the good production, from offense and defense, and they're going to be led by good quarterback, a good quarterback. And I cannot wait to see what Baylor puts up and what they do, man. And I just want to, and like I said, I'll repeat myself again. I wanted to show you guys what what Baylor looked like last year in their horror and their bad, season up against one of the best teams. I mean, because when you think about it, right, Baylor played. Now I didn't, and now grant this, I'm not going to sit here and act like I went through every single game of last year because I just didn't do that, right? But they lost to Texas State last year in the opener, um, 42-31. They did lose that game, and Texas State is a good team. They lost to Utah last year by 7, 20-3. And if you want to see what Baylor, and in my opinion, you really want to see what they're made of, you go back and watch that Utah game, and you watch the film yourself, and you come back and you let me know how that went. Because I believe, and that's without Cam Rising. That is without a Cam Rising, but still, that is a good Utah team. Let's call it what it is. Utah was good in the Pac-12 last year, and they only beat Baylor by 7, 20-13. Call it what it is. All right. And then they went and they beat some unknown college 30-7. And then the week after that, that's the game I just showed y'all, versus Texas. And they lost that game versus Texas in a blowout fashion, 38-6. But they were in that game for roughly the whole first, at least the first quarter. And then they started opening them up. They seen some of their weaknesses. They said we can't play into their strengths. We just can't do that. Because Texas had a tough time coming, you out of their certain formations, as we seen, when, and they had to spread them out because they had more speed, right? And that's where I was getting at with, paying attention to what Texas was doing. They were like, we have to beat Baylor, but we're playing into their strengths. Is why this game is so close. And they found something, they got it. And mind you, Baylor did beat UCF last year. And UCF was nothing to sleep on last year. I mean, it was their first year in the Big 12. And grant that, but it was a very, very good game. And I think that game might even tell some too. That's a good tell-all team too, because it was only 36-35, the final score of that game. They lost to Texas Tech last year. 39-14. Texas Tech is a good team, good quarterback. I think it's Brendan Morton that plays quarterback. He just ain't gonna give up. He ain't gonna give up there. He's gonna bounce back. Probably have a good year. They beat Cincinnati last year, 32-29. Um, and then the week after that, they went and they lost to Iowa, 30-18. Now, say what you want about Rocco back in the Iowa State team. A lot of people are just saying that Iowa is gonna they're not the favorite to win the Big 12, which to me, I think, me personally, I really not gonna tell y'all what to do with y'all bread, with y'all money, but Iowa State to me is a for sure shoe in to the Big 12 championship for me. For sure. I mean, they're returning a lot of their important production. Like I know you see a returning production on a lot of different teams, and that's just players who came in and got a snap or two, and they count for that. But when we're talking like Iowa, they're bringing back a lot of their guys, and their quarterback that leads the team is going to play a lot better this year. And I think Iowa State is going to wreck a lot of people's things. And I think what's going to help Iowa State out even more is West Virginia's tough schedule. I think that's what's going to help out them more. Baylor lost to Houston in overtime last year, 25-24. The week after they lost to Iowa, they got blown out by Kansas State, 59-25. But we know you know, back to the Houston game. Like I said, Donovan is he can spin it. The most accurate club passer in the Big 12. Um, Definitely will put him up there with Shador's taller. He's tall about standing about 6'5", 6'6". Donovan's a good quarterback. That's why they didn't let him go. They made sure they didn't need it to do, and they have a new head coach. He cleaned house. Um, like I said, Kansas State blue blood program. For sure. I don't even know how the people are putting Utah. If you ask me, Utah's a blue blood too, but Kansas State, until you beat Kansas State and knock them off the Big 12 crown, you can't do that because they're always going to be a top tier Big 12 team. And until you knock them off and beat them consistently years and they have consistent losing seasons, I'm not gonna sleep on them. And they just added Dylan Edwards to that backfield. That's already great. Man, forget about it. But Baylor lost to them in a big time fashion. And it just seems like they didn't have the depth, to finish up. Baylor lost to TCU 42-17. I thought TCU became a better later on in the season, and I thought Baylor got better too. And another team to where, like I said, you playing to Baylor's strengths, and it showed. And go and watch the West Virginia film. The West Virginia versus Baylor film was their last game of the season, so it's pretty much their bowl game. They did lose to West Virginia 34-31, but at the same time, when you look at that game, that's what Baylor did best last year, and a lot of those guys are coming back. And I guess you could say I am trying to sell y'all on Baylor this year because I think the Big 12 is very good. And I don't think no teams in the Power Four are what we call the divisions of the Power Four are weak. I don't want to say that no more. And I hope that, and I know mainstream media will pick up on it after this year because me and my co-host, me and Shad, already said within the next 2 years, teams are going to be so even that you're not going to be able to say what conference is weak anymore because the transfer portal has changed the trajectory of a lot of that, the movement throughout the transfer portal that we already have seen. It's changed a lot of that. I mean, look around. Let's look around. When you look at, why would we say that a Big 12 conference is weak? Why would we say a Big 10 conference? Well, we're not going to say Big 10. We're not going to say SEC. But if you ask me personally, and I know a lot of guys are big on the SEC, but if you ask me, I think that if you match up from best to worst, Big 10 versus SEC, I think you come out 50%. I think that game comes out 50%. That's how strong I think the Big 10 has gotten. And schools like Oregon, USC, UCLA, they're only going to get they're going to build their teams around what they're playing against. And I think the Big Ten, and they have shown that, and the SEC has shown that too. Teams like Mizzou is on the rise. Let's not forget about Mizzou. They're on the rise. They are coming to play. Mizzou is coming to play. They're not coming to play around. We seen Mississippi handle Penn State, but Penn State played them tough. And so when you get to looking at those two conferences, who do you say is better? I think they come off 50%. I really honestly do. And that matter of fact, next video, maybe that's what I'll do is I'll break that down for y'all really quick, and we can match them up and play around with that, okay? And see who wins. But when you look at the ACC, that is the most disrespected conference that is, because people automatically say Florida State is the winner of that program. And I'm not saying this because I'm saying this because I have more information upon Miami, and Miami is going to be a good ACC team. I don't think there's going to be I think the winner of the ACC is going to have 2 losses. That's how strong I believe the ACC is. And they're very strong. They are a very strong conference, and they're only going to get stronger. Guys are moving around in the transfer portal, but the Big 12 has a lot of good football in store. So I really don't want to say that the ACC is garbage. And I think people may be talking about the AAC, the American Athletic Conference. They might confuse that with the Atlantic Coast Conference. Okay. So there's an AAC, American Athletic Conference, and then there's an ACC, which is the Atlantic Coast Conference, which Miami, Florida State, Clemson, North Carolina State, Georgia Tech, all those teams are good teams. And watch out for North Carolina State. They're going to be a problem. They can run the ball. Their Hogs is ready. They may be. I think North Carolina State is going to be a surprise team in there, and that's why the winners of the Big 12, the winners of the ACC, and a lot of these conferences, I don't think that we're going to have an undefeated team win a college football championship this year. I think this might be one of those years where we see a 1-2 win team win the national championship. And that's all I have to say about that. But until next video, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the content. I hope that I was able to provide a little bit of information for guys or people out there who didn't know. But I'll be back with another video, man. Make sure that y'all like, share, subscribe. I sure do appreciate it, man. But y'all know how I be giving it up out here. Until next time, my people, stay blessed, never stress. Peace.
Wanna see Truck and Chubby live and co-host Shad? Tune in at Fans Point of View, Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3:30 p.m. Pacific Time. But in the meantime, in between time, enjoy the content. Don't forget to hit your notification bell for all updates. Thank you for watching.